I'll be using my own dice as usual, but we kind of know this for now, so.
Perfect. And Milena will be using.
Roll 20, yeah, as usual as well. Oh, I can bring my dice. It's okay, but I just get used to it.
As you wish.
Our dice sponsored by.
Alrighty, hello and welcome. We are back with, ironically, episode 7, guys. This is part 1 of episode 7 because we split the party from episode 6. And we left things off with quite a cliffhanger. So,
Actually,
for those of you who just joined us, um, a bit of context. We're in a mansion at the moment, provided by Frank's
Sire?
sire, and it's located in Gargour, right? I believe.
Yes, yes, with the very much for Milena's taste, like it's much less urban, much more rural slash quiet.
You are half the party today, simply because you have Ethan's character and Ginger's character who went off to look into some phone call that Miles got about some inheritance for his minion. As you receive a text message, Frank, from Sebastian saying that you're,
To help him to retrieve his child.
yeah, pretty much. Good evening, Shamrock. Um, you get the text message and you walk over to the other room with this, trying to impersonate Tatiana's carefree flair about how you feel about the message. Tatiana reading any book that came to hand, pretending to read at least.
it's all in Maltese, so yes.
You hear Frank approach you in the room. As you're lying down on the couch, and as you kind of put the book down and roll your eyes upwards, you see this humanoid form clenched to the ceiling with all fours. He looks kind of wolf-like, but he is not gangrel at all. As in Russian, he greets you as like, Tatiana, I've been looking for you. And we're gonna just get the role play going from here.
For half of the second, maybe for just 1/3 of the second, I'm shocked and I'm silent. For another third of the second, I'm just scream like ah. For the last 1/3 of the second, I'm screaming, Luke, run the fuck away.
It's
And
Frank,
now,
it's Frank. Yeah.
Frank, I'm sorry, Frank. Yes, of course. And in the start of the second second, I feel like it's might be the most stressful moment in my unlife, undead life. The first one was when my old flock were slaughtered by these hell creatures, werewolves. And now I feel like I kind of do something more than usual to, to run away, to hide. And in this moment, I'm first time in my undead life turning into bat with kind of slap of my finger. Something that I never did before.
Let's.
And this is roll check, yes.
Okay. So you're gonna activate your blood powers in order to transform into a bat to see if you get hungrier.
I'm not getting hungry.
Perfect. Yeah. So, as I was saying earlier, let's step away from the current moment and go into a bit of a flashback for you, Tatiana. let's understand why this pinnacle moment in the current present is so stressful for you. We don't know much about Tatiana, apart from the fact that she escaped
Yes.
from her home
From Eastern Europe.
and you found yourself somehow, some way on the little island of Malta, and you've throughout the course of our campaign, you've ended up part of the courtier with Frank, Miles, and
Yeah.
Mumbles, and now your past came to haunt you. Like, let's hear it from you, in a nutshell, about your past.
So I was living quite a quiet, um, shy life, I can say, in Crimea with my grandmother. Then I went to university. I was quite a shy and, humble girl back there, and I was studying ornithology. So once we were having some practice in a kind of little village, somewhere in the deep forest, and I've saved a bird. That was a kestrel actually, and it's turned out there was a familiar of a gangrel, of the local gangrel, who found me afterwards, and he kind of thanked me. And we kind of we started having this weird ghoul vampire its master relationships, and afterwards he gave me an embrace. So we were having maybe a bit typical gangrel life, just roaming around the forest, coming to the sea, hunting on animals or other people. It really didn't matter to us. And the most terrible day of our undead life was when this war started, and not just Russian people invaded the Crimea, which was Ukraine in this time, but there were most importantly werewolves that invaded. And apparently, as we realized after all this disaster, that they just wanted to clean up the whole peninsula from the undead, from the kindred, and that's what they did. And they were quite powerful, and of course they were quite successful. So all my flock were slaughtered in maybe one day, one night. And just by the miracle of a kind or God, it doesn't really matter, I survived and I ran away, and I was the only one from my whole flock who survived. And my sire, whom I loved a lot, like a child, he, of course, was killed as well. So after this, I was roaming around Europe a bit, but the one good thing that Mikhail, my sire, did before his death, he gave me some contacts of old kindred in Italy, which was probably Ancilla, because she was quite powerful. So I came to her domain and I asked for help, and I told the whole terrible story, and she was quite not hostile, hospital to me. And I was living in her domain for a while. I just started feeling like that I'm welcome here, that that could be my new home. But in another strange night, she said that I need to run away from this place, and something terrible is coming, which I don't know what it was. And again, I was forced to run away, and my another choice became Malta. And I again started feeling that maybe I will be safe here. But after this, all these things happened, which are currently happening.
Thank you very much for that explanation, even for our viewers to understand Tatiana's character a bit more. Back into the present, you raise your blood, excuse me, as you turn into a bat form, and you flutter where in the room?
I'm, of course, trying to fly away from the flat, from the house, from the mansion, okay, to any open space, I guess. No, the mansion, sorry, a house.
Yeah.
It's a mansion,
house, okay.
In a way, in its own respect.
Yes, from this place to outside. Flying near Luke, of course, trying, kind of not to bite him, but, like, showing him that there is a danger, like, go away. Attracting his attention.
Alright.
So
Now I
do you
think
exit
we
from a
need
window at
to.
this point, or are you just trying to get Frank to move with you?
After attracting his attention, of course, I'm flying away, but I'm not flying totally away. I'm more like fly up
Right.
for, I don't know how much, maybe 50 meters, maybe 60, and just waiting for what about to happen.
In the same instance, as you're trying to bring Frank's attention, like in a panic, flying around him before you fly out, the werewolf kind of does this thing where he lets go of the ceiling, landing straight onto the couch where you were, turning his head, and he kind of makes a leap towards Frank in order to try to catch Tatiana initially, but he ends up mangled with Frank.
Okay. So there's no like time to escape. Alright.
Yeah, just a second ago, you've heard a very loud scream. It's like, fuck away.
Alright. So do I have the chance to run the fuck away like a split second, or do I have to face the music?
So he pretty much knocks you prone with his pounce. As Tatiana flatters out of the window, he looks at you, looks around, looks backwards towards the window, and he just makes a run out behind her, ignoring you completely. He's not interested in you.
Okay. And he leaps out of the window.
Yeah.
He doesn't break the window.
Well, the window's open. You find out.
Ah.
That's how he came in.
Fuck. I'll activate unseen passage, which is a rouse check. And I do get hungry.
Oof.
And I follow after him. Do I have to make an athletics check or
Right. Athletics and dexterity, and get that rolling.
dexterity and athletics? Okay. It's not a very big roll. I do not have soaring leap. It's gonna get messy. Just one success.
One success, unfortunately, doesn't do it. You don't catch up to him. As you kind of run towards the window, he's already kind of climbing up the side of the wall with his claws. And
Masquerade bridge, but okay. This is an isolated place. Maybe he's a stuntman. That's the story we're using. He's climbing up the place like he has claws and
yeah, he's already in kind of. Werewolves have like 3 forms, right? He's in his mid form at this point. He's not fully wolf, and he's nor men. He's kind of in his hybrid point. As he climbs up to the roof from the side of the building. He's shouting to Tatiana in Russian, clearly, as you don't recognize the language. Tatiana, he's shouting at you. It's like, "Come down, you cowards! Tell me where he is. You're the only one who would know."
As I'm in the form of bat, apparently I can answer him, so I'm just carefully listening and flying, like, even higher, but of course just, looking after him.
Okay. Frank, is there something you would like to react to?
I'm really trying to remember about, what whom he's talking about, because I have no idea.
Of course.
I'm gonna be my sire's loyal child, and I'm gonna take some photos of the guy. And then if he's like looking for Tatiana, he's not gonna mind me with my unseen passage and my camera.
So he's pretty much looking up to the sky as Tatiana's platform is fluttering higher and higher, and he's just there speaking in Russian out in the night towards her.
I'm taking some photos and I'm like, is that Tatiana? Because I don't know, but she's gangrel. I've never seen a gangrel go in a bat form before, so what the fuck? And then he would go for that. He's speaking in Russian. That's okay. That's the rationale that I think. Tatiana's Russian or Eastern European. He's speaking in Russian. He must be speaking to her. How is she in a bad form then? What the fuck?
Gangrel, come on.
I know, but yeah, but of course, I mean, I have never seen a gangrel. It's a case of player knowledge versus character knowledge. Okay, I have 4 successes on my willpower check.
Nice.
I do not get frenzied or terrified or Malkavian more than it is.
So there's a stalemate situation here where the werewolf is clearly just challenging Tatiana over and over. Come down, you coward! Come and face me, you poor excuse of a hybrid. As Tatiana is still fluttering higher and higher here. Like I want to understand.
I'm quite scared actually, and I think there is no possible reason. Maybe just quite a few motivation that could actually make me came down, But right now I'm scared.
Okay.
So I'm just still again. I'm listening to him. So I'm not flying away. I'm just kind of in my position, like.
So safe to say that Frank elevated heightened senses at this stage just to hear anything and hearing, especially.
Okay.
So just to make it clear, and he's like, okay. I mean, of course, he's terrified of all this, but he's at least focused on Tatiana for now. And Tatiana, he can't hurt her as such because she's in a bad form. So, as far as I know, it's okay.
The werewolf makes a last statement before he just runs away from the scenery. He leaps off. But before he does this, he says the following. Tatiana, you to tell where Mikhail is? Or Ancelia is going to get it. And he just leaps off to the building, makes a big jump down the...
Wait.
And he runs into the field.
Can you repeat? He said...
Tell me where Mikhail is, or Ancelia is going to get it.
But I know that Mikhail is dead.
As far as you know, but okay.
Okay, now I'm just a bit more, a bit less scared and way more motivated to follow this guy because probably he knows something. So I'm going to fly right after him and see where he's going. I'm going to follow him.
He doesn't make it more than perhaps 50 feet away from the building when he just kind of stops in his tracks, looks up and is like, so now you want to talk.
Frank is always following as much as he can.
I'm still listening. I kind of still listening to him. Maybe he's going to talk more now.
He's hostile. He's very hostile. You can tell he's challenging you. Like, come down, you coward. Talk to me face to face. You undead. He's throwing these slur insults towards your kind, basically. And obviously, along the lines, it's like, are you going to tell me where Mikhail is, or are we going to dance this around the political way? Like, there's all this jargon being said over and over.
Okay, I will try to fly down now because he probably knows something really precious to me that could be very precious. But I will do like far, kind of, I don't know how much, 15-20 meters away from him, but I'm flying down to the Earth ground. Earth.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm looking for his reaction, what he's doing, if he's approaching me or...
No, he stands his ground. He's eyeing you as you make your semi-landing down. And he's kind of at this point just kind of cynically just going like, yeah, that's right. I thought you'd want to talk.
So I'm still waiting, looking at him for maybe one more minute. If he's still staying still, not approaching me,
He holds his ground.
He's not, I'm turning back to my humanoid form.
All right, we'll put that on Q, just in case.
Sorry?
We'll put that on Q just in case it happens. So it's like a saved action, which will trigger just in case he does. Okay.
Pause. So Don has his cards, and then you get your cards.
Okay. But what I'm thinking about right now is that if he's gonna try to approach me now, or maybe he will be acting intimidately, so I will gonna again turn to bed and fly away. But so far, I'm just staying in front of him. Don't approach to me if you want to talk.
Then let's talk.
Okay.
Mind you,
How
Frank,
far are we from the mansion?
I have to switch to English. Oh, sorry.
You're about 55 feet away.
Okay.
Give me meters, Don. We're Europeans. We're not supposed far, like 50 feet.
No. So that would be 16 meters away.
Yeah.
16, yeah, correct. No,
right.
no. So, what do you know about the Mikhail?
He survived. And he has now become wanted.
For what?
He's making his own clan again. And that is a no-no for my pack leader. He wants his head as a trophy, you see.
So why do you even think that I'm gonna help you in finding my sire?
Oh, you don't know, do you? He loves you very much, Tatiana. He talks about you a lot, it seems, that everyone kind of knows about you. He sent you to poor Ancilia in Italy, thinking you'd be safe, your little sire. Thinking he could get away with playing dead. But we're on to you. And my pack leader wants his head. Now you're safe here. But he is not. Where is he?
I wish I knew. Where the last time did your pack have seen him?
We thought he was dead, but seen him? On that same battlefield you ran away from, clearly. Heard of? He was in Italy, where we found Ancilia. He visited her, you know, after you left. Yes, we got that much out of her. And her suspicions is he came looking for you, making sure you're safe.
Of course, all this is in Russian.
Yes, all this is in Russian.
So I maybe got Mikhail or Mikhailov or something like that, but otherwise nada.
It doesn't make sense, all of this. So...
Give me a second.
Okay.
Alright. So, he's seeing your demeanor. You look genuinely lost and confused about the information. And he tilts his head, and his expression almost changes. You don't know, do you?
I know what's going on. I start screaming in Russian like in a very fucking loud.
He laughs almost in a howl. This is precious. I'll tell you what, Tatiana. You stay away from him, and he lives, and let me do my job and hunt him down. You get in touch or meet him, and you are both dead.
I am startled and staying silent.
I have no reason to be here anymore, Tatiana.
What? Wait, just... What did he do that you want to hunt him down so much?
You are so naive. Such a pup. And he spits on the ground. You shouldn't even be called that. You want filthy. And he kind of like holds himself for a moment. I'm wasting my time here. And he turns around and he makes a sprint as he turns into full werewolf form at this point. And he just dashes down with incredible speed.
And I start to swearing at his, side when he's living in a very strong Russian language, like, like this.
And Frank is just like, camera, action, action, go.
I'm gonna leave you to a moment to role play. Perhaps Frank needs some answers.
Yeah, probably. So
Frank is very happy that his domain, or rather his sire's domain, has not been violated more than it should. He's gonna make a quick round around the house to see that nothing is amiss. He's gonna close the window. He's gonna invite Tatiana inside. And he's
you
like,
see that I'm totally lost. There is no kind of a sparkle of mindness in my eyes, so I'm just, shocked and moving very slowly, like in some kind of paralyzed.
alright. And Frank will go, okay. Oh god. I hate playing Daddy with you lots, but it's my destiny. So what was that?
That?
Stop.
A werewolf?
Werewolf. What's werewolf? I don't think.
Angry bastards who are killing us. Very.
No, I don't know about any angry bastards. Are they with the Inquisition?
Inquisition? What does that have to?
I don't know. Like no?
He. This guy from my past, one of the werewolves who were killing all of us in back home. But he wanted me to say where my sire is right now.
Do you know where your sire is?
I know my sire, and I thought he was dead all this time. And now this piece of shit is telling me that he's actually alive and hiding somewhere and looking after me, trying to look for me.
Oh my god. So one of them has her sire killed. Male. One of them has her sire chasing after her. Male. You do not know what your sire is doing. Also male. I detect a pattern. Okay. So you don't know where your sire is. You thought he was dead, and now this... What? Did he tell you his name?
This guy? I don't give a shit what his name is.
I don't know. That's a good question you could have asked him, but okay, for next time. Consider it a teachable moment. So your sire, what is his name? It's a he, right?
Mikhail.
Mikhail. Gorbachev.
Well,
Okay.
it's a Mikhail, but doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So the last time you saw Mikhail was when? In Crimea?
Crimea, yes, 3 years ago when I left.
Now
It
he
was really
comes and
good.
says that you are.
And now this guy came and told me that the last time someone has seen him was in Sicily, in in the domain of this lady with whom I was staying.
Now,
I just remembered. Oh my god, yes. The thing is that I have the number of this lady. Can I say this now that I have her number? I mean, that I remember it, or maybe it's written down somewhere.
I would
All
allow
this
you to remember it.
Thank you. So I'm just starting to, roaming around the room like this. Oh yes, it's 9:56. Wait, 78? No, 76. Yes, just give me the paper. Give me the paper with the pen now, please. I need to remember the name of her number. I need to call her.
Informacja, da. He gives you pen and paper. He also notices that you said 76. You didn't say 7655, whatever. He's like,
Memorizing.
that's like the French way they say it. Okay.
So I'm writing down the number, and I have my phone now after a while, and I'm start to type it, and my hands start shivering.
Wait. You're not gonna make any phone call now. Why does she have your phone? Doesn't she have a burner phone? Like, of course he'll find her if she has a phone.
She has a mobile phone.
Yeah.
Mobile number.
Hmm.
So I'm in this
From
moment.
Sicily. Okay.
I start to call this number.
As you press the dial button, you hear the beeps of the number, and immediately an Italian woman voice comes on. Questo numero non esiste. This number does not exist.
Hai sbagliato la lettera.
I was like, Frank, do you know Italian by any chance?
Cosa no Italian?
Just what the heck is she telling me? So giving you the
so.
phone is like.
And I hear this whole. The number you dialed does not exist, but in Italian.
Yep.
What? No. I remember it right. Wait. Maybe there was another number in the end. And I'm trying to remember again. Do I remember it right? So I'm gonna try to remember again, or it's something else. The problem is in something else. So should I try?
The number you dialed is what? 8 digits? Maybe you forgot some number.
So just let me know if I should keep trying or it doesn't make sense now. Don't.
Give me a basic intelligence check, and you have to get both of them a success.
So just intelligence.
Yes, please.
Okay. Full size modifier, no. And why did you stuck? So.
Yeah, that didn't. Well, you're pretty sure that you remember the number she gave you. This doesn't add up. Why would the number no longer exist if you remember the number? The number is correct, you're sure of it. But why does it no longer exist? You don't know. You don't have the answers, you're left with more questions.
Maybe she threw it away. Maybe she destroys a SIM card. That might be the answer. Maybe she's
a burner phone. Maybe it's for her own protection. Could be for your protection.
Taking care of the Masquerade, and that's why she destroyed the card.
See? You're making sense now. You're not as wet behind the ears as we thought. Good. So this friend of yours, Mikhail, he's your sire. He's your maker.
Yes.
And you thought he was dead, but clearly this guy thinks he is not so dead, otherwise he wouldn't be chasing him. Okay, I
I
can
have
work
no
with
idea.
that.
They said, yes, they said that they need him for some reason, that he was doing some filthy shit, as they always say, and they want him very, very much. And they came to ask me if I know where is he, but apparently, how
Do
could
you
they
know
help?
where is he?
He?
Yes.
How? No!
I
He
don't
was
know.
dead to me,
You can
because
good
I
man. We lie all
was
the
thinking
time.
that way.
So can I make a wit since I know it's for obvious reasons, but Frank doesn't know. So wit inside maybe or intelligence or whatever role you deem fit.
What's the purpose of the role?
To see if she's either lying or withholding partial truths.
Oh yeah,
What for? I'm not lying. Okay, whatever.
I know you're not lying, but
he's just
Frank
playing his
doesn't know.
character. So
Uh-huh.
give me awareness and wits.
Awareness and wit. It's not a bad. Do I add any aspects to it? Because I don't know, maybe I've
If
noticed certain body language.
seeing that you've had your mistrust already with Ginger, perhaps your
Yes.
courtier is not being so honest with you lately, or deemed you
Yes.
unfit
Alright.
to know everything. So yeah,
Yes.
I would say in character this makes sense for you to.
Absolutely. Alright. So I'm adding awareness to see if there are any verbal. This is the more visual side here. I want to see if there's any verbal, visual minutia that I should be aware of. Alright. So I rolled 3 successes.
Tatiana is being honest, looking up to you almost as her only friend right now in this most confusing moment.
To be fair, Frank is not very far from that truth either.
Perhaps she might have wished Mumbles was here to be more understanding of her, but
No, no, no. It's good this way. Cool. Alright.
So, Frank, you do have some connections with this powerful vampires here, don't you?
Frank is
I
just savoring the moment.
Can I ask you for a favor?
Okay, Tatiana of Clan Gangrel. You want a minor boon, huh?
I'm not interested in all your boon system at all, but if you
Yes,
want it
you
to do
are.
this way, I don't care, of course.
Ah, ah.
So I want you to help me to find my sire before he will be hunted
Mm-hmm.
and found by werewolves. But the only thing that I have here is the name of this lady. And I mean, she's quite an old, she's Ancilla, so maybe some of your kindred fellows know where she is, maybe they know her number or something like this.
Yeah. And what can you give me in return? I have some ideas.
What do you
And
want?
what do I want? What do you give to the guy who has many things?
Actually, you look quite malicious in a way, you know?
And Frank is appreciating this. And he's appreciating Tatiana as a player, as a power player too. It's like if she were someone else, they'd be like, yeah, I don't want to owe you booms or anything. But she's like, okay, she knows what's at stake. Alright. So I have the photo of this friend of yours. The other friend. I even have videos. Of course, these will go to the right people.
You
Now,
have the photo of whom?
no, I would. It wouldn't be a photo of you. It would be just a random bat, if at all. But
Okay,
gives a fuck
okay.
about it. And I wouldn't think that a camera would capture a bat fluttering about. It would be very grainy and pixelated. But I do have photos of this guy in. You said there are 3 forms of the werewolf, right?
Three, yeah.
Alright. So, I can give this to my sire who likes information. You can also, here's a moment where you can improve your abilities. You can also give this to your friend Nosferatu with the rats. They love information. And they would be a good tip to go to. And the neutral one as well. He's not the Baron. He's not my sire. You didn't ask him what can you do for him because
this Baron whom you serve,
werewolf you have, this werewolf friend of yours could maybe, I don't know, get us rid of Mark or some other person.
You talking about, well, this Baron, you think he can know something, the Baron you serve to?
I can ask him, not in the best of terms at the moment. I know he's swindling me, but we can also ask our friend from Rabat, the much more hands-on approach. See, these are your options, Tatiana. These are all powerful kindred who will always ask you for a favor in return. And that's how you play this game. So,
But wait, Miles is a detective.
I
can ask him. Why when I'm asking you? Come on.
What do you mean, why you're asking me? Because you're in my domain and I have the capabilities. I even have the resources for it.
But he's the detective. He definitely knows how to find someone.
His friend is dead. He's not in a mood to reply. He's all broody and emo. Is that what the kids say these days? He's not in a position to help you. I'm your best friend at the moment. And when Mars is in a better position, we can see if he can help us.
So should we come and follow them, or
you could follow your friend in bat form? I mean, he's not gonna hunt you with a wolf form, but we also could leverage it because we have information now. For example, if I go and tell Carlos, the Baron of Rabat, that, hey, there's a bloody werewolf around, he can be aware. If he doesn't believe me,
why?
Oh my god, I'm a Malkavian, that's his problem.
We shouldn't, of course, leave all this information to him. I just gonna come and for this boon, ask him if he knows something about Beatrice, which is the Ancilla I was talking about her location, and maybe he has some contacts of her, and
I should tell you something else. I think it is very appropriate, very cautery related to your friend. I say this very specifically. Your friend mumbles, she can speak Italian too. Now, I didn't get all the information, but if she can speak Italian, even maybe she help you find your friend. What's her name? Ancilla?
Ancilla is how you call an old vampire. Ancilla.
Ancilla, right? Yes. Da. Beatrice is your gangrel friend?
Yes, this old Ancilla lady.
When you say old, you mean ancient old or
ancient?
Old lady with no teeth old?
No, I think she has some teeth to bite. No, I mean old, ancient.
Powerful.
She looks about 40, 45, so she's quite, still in
She's in her prime, you say. Of course. Alright. Now, Marcel also has a smatter of Italian. Sometimes it comes out because...
Where he comes from Italy?
Who?
Your sire.
Well, Marcel is a lady, first of all.
Excuse me, your lady.
I'm not sure where she comes from. Who knows? But she can speak Maltese, she can speak Italian, and we can ask her.
I would be happy to. Can we meet her tonight? Is it possible?
I wouldn't know. Would I know, like, if she has any specific...
So, last you left off with her leaving you in one of her domains, one of her safe havens, so even. She did specify that she's busy and she could not attend to greet you here. So you know that she's currently busy, and you know very well you don't want to interrupt her when she's busy.
Problem. Then what I'll do is I'm thinking maybe I can print the photos and do the usual manila envelope way we communicate and send it by a trusted courier. But I'm very loath to meet with the Baron at the moment because...
To meet him?
Yes, because we're not on the best of terms. But then again, it's a werewolf in this domain, which is always a cause for concern.
Yes, let's go to the Baron because he's in power here. He might know something about her as well. Is he old? Because I can't tell him. He's acting like a child. So, do you know he's too old?
Not exclude. Of course, he's petulant and petty. He's the Baron. But he's Tremere. Do you know about the Tremere? How they used to carve your people into gargoyles?
Yeah, they're disgusting actually, but don't say it to Miles, please. Don't say that I said that.
It's alright.
Okay. So yeah, let's go and meet him. But please, no word about the werewolf, okay? All I need to know and all I need to ask him is...
That's a lot of demands you're making, Tatiana. Okay. So we only tell him about your ancilla friend Beatrice.
Yes, just I need to contact her.
Why do you want to know about her?
Oh, I don't know. I miss her a lot because she used to be my good friend, and I lost her number, and I need to contact her and know more information about everything that happened here, please, because otherwise everybody's gonna be twice dead.
It's the Baron you're trying to bamboozle. Good luck. Alright.
So, should we go to Baron now? Or should we call him in advance, just to book a time or something? How do you do it usually?
Yeah, I'll message. Can I message at least Ivan not to mess with the Baron because he would have a PA or some sort?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I'll message him. Text. And I still have the syringe that Mark gave me.
Yes, you still do.
So that's also something. Because let's face it, he's a trimmer, he's the science guy. I'm not gonna give it to a Bruch and expect him to know. He's a scientist, Mr. Carlos, but I don't know. Maybe he does the Breaking Bad vibe. I don't know. So yeah, I'll go to the Baron.
We can go together.
Yes. Sorry, yes. And how presentable is Tatiana at the moment?
I mean,
I think I'm not.
We I don't know, cause gangles, right?
Yeah, but maybe I changed some clothes in Athena place recently because, she maybe doesn't like how I look like in all these old clothes. So maybe I have something of her clothes now. I don't know,
You've already kind of made it dirty because it's been a couple of nights since.
Yeah, but still, again, it's kind of a new clothes, maybe even fashioned, something from Gucci, but it's dirty as hell.
Yes.
Try to find something for you from here, and I'll look around and see if there's maybe a couple of extra clothes. Maybe my side may have an
You do
extra
find
stash.
very formal clothing. One of those pencil skirts,
To
you
my
know,
side, yes.
silk shirt, button shirts, ironed well, with a
A
couple of
scarf.
blazers. Yeah, maybe a scarf or two. You pretty much find her walk-in wardrobe, variety of shoes, of course.
And I'll leave sufficient amount of money in return for a place where she can find it, and you know the drill. And I'll tell Tatiana to suit up. If you're going to war, you better dress
Should
like
I
you're going to war.
really dress up into this?
The Baron usually appreciates a little bit of effort. Have you seen how the Baron has a fondness for women, much as he likes to not admit it? Athena, his ghoul, the blonde one. So who knows? You're the one that needs information.
Fair enough. Okay, I will try to, I don't know, this skirt with this blouse, is it gonna look okay?
And I find like matching pairs. Like I'm thinking white shirt, maybe charcoal gray suit, or something of that sort. I mean, traditional office wear has a certain code to it.
So give me a quick etiquette and
I ain't got no etiquette.
intelligence to try to put something that makes sense to you.
Is it
Latina comes in,
only
but she's
Frank
not
has
here.
to do this, or me too?
Intelligence. I have insight. Yeah, I have finance. I would have sat in a couple of meetings, like with people dressed in corporate suits. Can I use that instead?
Unfortunately, not when you're
No,
trying to
right?
use. I mean, you're trying to fashion up our Lady Tatiana here. So, Tatiana, you could roll the same if you want to see if you have a better fashion understanding.
I have 0 etiquette, of course, and
Okay.
just intelligence,
This is beautiful.
right?
Yeah.
This is beautiful. But please don't fuck it up, Don. I got 4 successes with one as in 3, and the Messick critical on a 0. But Messick critical, so maybe can we roleplay it in the sense like, okay, this is how you do it, and don't mess it up, and I can go all Gucci gay Lord fashion diva mode, like you do this and you do this, and she's like, okay, what the fuck?
You find a couple of pieces together, seeing that the weather is humid and hot. You did pick up long sleeves, and you said, you know what? Maybe this one could do really well into a shirt, and with your teeth, you just kind of rip the fabric to kind of to cut the sleeves into a shirt. It's like, okay, that's gonna be perfect. You got nice arms. So you're going through this whole thing. It's like, the skirts. Well, it's a pencil skirt. Let's just open up a bit from here, and you just kind of rip a bit, just so a bit of tie can be seen. It's like, perfect, all right, like that,
We're trying to impress. We're not trying to seduce or rather to just very.
But that's where I'm taking this messy critical. So you're trying to fashion design, not by just dressing her, but also you're actually messing with the fabric here. And true enough, Tatiana pretty much looks good in this very casual but more formal, but it gave her a more gangrelly look within the fashion, and you kind of look back and go, "Mwah, perfect."
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Like,
It's like it's so gangrel you. You look at her and
authenticity.
Okay, I'm looking in the mirrors. Like, actually, I look like I like how rough it looks. Like you have not a bad taste, Frank. I should say.
I thought you were my friend. Good, good.
Do I have shoes with the heels, or it's more something like comfortable, like sneakers, or?
She's only got like, well, she's got heels, but
We
she's got like short heels.
we
You
know
know,
the drill.
like
We know the we can do that. So we
half
can have the
inch.
sneakers in the car, stilettos in the office.
Okay, I prefer to stay in my shoes so far, which are sneakers probably. But when I will come to the Baron office, then I will put this.
Nice.
Yes,
Nice.
shoes with the heel. Yeah, actually, they could be quite dangerous. You even can kill a person with the strong heat with the heel. Oh wait, where are we? Yeah, we should come to Baron.
Beautiful. I love it. All right, so you both get into the car and you drive off to the Baron. And this is where we will end our session today. Where you will join Miles and Ginger that you find there, surprisingly. As well, for their own reasons.
Just oh come on.
Besides, can't you just extend it a bit because we're like in the mood, man.
Unless you want to play something in the car or something like that in the way, there's really not more I can do. Because this is how I usually treat split parties. Like, I mean, we've been at it for an hour, so...
Okay, yeah, but I think we already discussed with Frank everything possible. We shared in the house already, so...
I mean, I don't know if Frank wants to talk about the message he received, which was the initial why he walked in. So you're kind of driving and you're talking about it, perhaps? That would be a good...
And I'd like, yeah, I'm gonna milk this moment while the others are not around now, okay?
Go for it.
And Frank will tell you something juicy. It's like, you remember your friend Athena?
Yeah, hard to forget her.
Right. Now, her sire, for some reason, contacted me and told me that he wants to save her from the Baron. Like I told you, the Baron likes women. Now, likes is a broad term. I don't know why he would want to save her, because she's a bumbling incompetent as far as I'm concerned, but the Gustibus. You wouldn't know anything about the Sebastian fellow, would you?
Sebastian?
That's what his name is. One of his names, at least.
Yeah, I've heard. I think he's talking about it a lot, so that's...
Yeah, do you have any insight which she told you, girl to girl talk? I don't know.
Girl to girl talk? No, you mean vampire to vampire? So
vampire lady to vampire lady.
So
do you know anything about the Sebastian dude? Because she said he's Sabat, he said he's playing both sides.
I've heard this, but no more than that. That he's her crazy ex, who's probably trying to stalk her.
Yes. Should we go meet him? Listen, if we're gonna meet him, it's gonna be us two. Because those other two, they will shit on our parade and then say it's beautiful.
Cheat on what?
Shit on our parade, it's an expression.
What does it mean?
To spoil the party.
Why do they spoil our party?
Frank is gonna just remember mumbles and he'll be just... I'll tell you some other time, okay? And he would actually phone Sebastian and say, or text him, and he'll be like, location and time.
Okay. Sebastian, seeing that you've taken so long to answer, he replies with a text message like ASAP.
Yeah, and I still say, Time and location. You need details.
Location, wherever, preferably somewhere isolated. Time, and in like cap ASAP, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark.
To meet him.
Mm-hmm. Should I? He's desperate. We could meet here. It's a fancy ass place. It's a Toreador. And I sent him the location to my sire's haven. And I say, come alone, come in peace. We can talk.
Why do you want to meet him?
Information. Isn't that what you want as well?
Yes, but
and this guy could be better for you because he may be into this kind of gang look. Who knows?
Sorry.
That sounds mean.
Yeah, well, you gotta do what you gotta do. All right.
So
And,
isn't
sorry.
Yeah, it does look like you're trying to, maybe I'm mistaken, trying to help with just providing information, trying to help the enemy of Athena.
We don't
Am
know
I
if he's
mistaken?
the enemy. We don't know what his agenda is. We don't know what Athena's agenda is. I don't know what their agenda is. I'm just gonna listen and then we're gonna react. And to be fair, you know, Athena's the one who told the sheriff that he's a fucking nobody, and then this shit happened. So no, Tatiana, I'm not very friends with Athena right now. Maybe if she comes and says sorry, maybe I'll accept. But you know, saying and meaning it's two different things. So let's roll. And Frank will arrange the room a bit, you know, make it look more official, presentable. It's very usually presentable, just making it more. He's trying to be in his own space. It's the weird pageantry which. And he's waiting for Mr. Sebastian.
All right. I just want to clarify something because we did say that you did get in the car and you're driving and you were talking about this. So I'm guessing you just kind of turned back once you made the decision.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Cool. So you head back to where you were initially.
So, wait, sorry for interrupting. Are we getting back?
So you went back to your last safe haven, yeah?
Yeah.
But why? We were in the car going to Baron.
We can always use information. It's not an option.
Why did you do that? Why we were heading to Baron right now? Why did you turn back? Just to meet this Sebastian really in the last minute?
You hear a knock on the door, tuk tuk tuk, which to your surprise was like way too quick.
See? That's also information. Why is he so quick with us? Now, I can do it on my own. You can take him down. Options, Tatiana. Options. Do come in, thank you. And I open the door. What do I find?
As you open the door, you find a hooded figure in front of you with long, disfigured fangs coming down that you can see from underneath the hood as he raises his hand and he says, "Long time no see."
Norman, is it?
Yes, indeed it is.
It has been overdue. Please have a seat, but we were not expecting you.
The Nosferatu kind of makes his way between you and the door, and he kind of looks around, takes a seat, kind of tests the cushioning. Very comfortable, I see.
You were expecting anything less. You must have known, maybe, our friend here, Tatiana?
This
is Norman.
Met before.
You've
Hi.
figures.
I have...
But you are not Sebastian.
Sebastian?
Yes.
No.
You know Sebastian.
But I have something for you.
You have something for me.
He reaches within his, like, oversized, very withered leather jacket, and he pulls out a brown folder and stretches his arm to you, handing it over.
You open the folder?
As you see the contents of the folder, you see a couple of photography professionally taken of the attack on Ginger, taken from high grounds.
The attack on Ginger, meaning the
motorcycle shootout.
Frank is very smug. He's like, what do I deduce from my intelligence and investigation?
Roll for me and give me a success of 3, please. If you can.
I'd like to approach them quietly and take a look, because of course I can see what's in the folder, but I want to, you
kind of peek over and you look.
Yeah. Intelligence investigation, no specialty. 1, 2, 3 it is, man.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
It's clearly taken by yours truly, the Nosferatu that sits in front of you. As you can tell from his disfigured face, he has a smug smile.
Wait.
And he looks over to Tatiana.
You and my sire, do you do partner projects or you're the photographer?
None of that, Frank, none of that. Tatiana, I did warn you, did I not? That this was coming?
The Inquisition? Yeah, you were quite on time. In the moment I was trying to inform my allies, they attack us. They attacked, so it was... you should come a bit more earlier. Just, you weren't on time, but...
I show when I mean to show. Nevertheless, we have a bit of an issue. Now, I don't side with no political side, so no Camarilla, none of that. I'm just an outcast, but I look out for my kind, because if my kind doesn't thrive here, how can I thrive, right?
Fair.
There is an individual named Mike. He's behind all this.
Mike or Mikhail?
That's the name. Sorry, Mikhail.
So there's your daddy, sire.
Behind.
By any chance, is he Russian?
I'm surprised you know that. Yes, he is Russian.
Gangrel, just like me.
I mean, he could use a Gillette 5, but yes.
So, please, continue. Sorry for interrupting. I'm all ears.
It seems like he has bigger plans for a wide nation scale, and he's testing this new product out. Now, I have to give it to him, the way he pinpointed the situation onto the Pietà guy. Beautiful. Beautiful. But
that was his idea.
He orchestrated it, it seems, from my sources. Now,
the crystals were his idea.
Frank, you're rather rude. I find you rather rude to interrupt me.
No, I think it's enthusiastic, but nuance. Okay.
I must say, Frank, your enthusiasm is only going to get you crystallized. He kind of shrugs in his chair comfortably. As I was saying, there's a big project at hand here. However, he's disturbed kind of the peace on the island. I have to. It's very upsetting. Very upsetting. Disturbing the peace on this island. All for what? That is the question.
He's not your ex too, is he? No, you know. Yes, I'm talking to. Like I kind of laugh at.
He's my sire. He's not my ex. He's just.
Yes, because you told us that you hunt on animals and prey and humans like it's nobody's business. But this is our domain, child.
Wait. Just. Please continue talking about this project, because.
Well,
don't you know about the project?
He's pulling strings
I have no idea what this project is.
Abroad. Now, where exactly, I don't know. But he's pulling strings, and those strings are long and strong.
I have some ideas about those strings, actually. And I want to entice him with that whole, Nosferatu juicy shit.
Now, from my understanding, and he pulls out a cell phone, and he starts scrolling through, and after unlocking the phone, and goes and shows you the screen, and he shows the police interrogating Frank outside his establishment after the shooting. My understanding, Frank, is that you were targeted by said people. And he kind of clicks the phone back to lock, puts it back in. It seems like our little well-dressed friend here seems to be quite in the middle of something, triggering a lot of things here which shouldn't have been triggered in the first place.
About whom you're talking about?
You, darling, you.
Well-dressed? Ah, yes. Okay. But what's this big project you were talking about? Please give me more information. I don't understand. Now it feels like Mikhail is a huge politician.
Look, he's made promises, and he's pulled a lot of strings that I'm... To me, bravo to him, how he managed to pull it off. It's beyond my understanding, but I can tell you one thing.
The game will know less.
Indeed. Look. Mark is in his pocket. And Mark, by the way, is acting on behalf of the Camarilla, right?
We don't know that. He says a lot of things, but...
Oh, no. Let's play along with him for a second. He plays for the Camarilla, right? What's the Camarilla's #1 rule?
You don't fuck with the Masquerade.
Nah, okay. Forget about the whole Masquerade thing for a second. The one thing that leads the humans to know about us. I just showed you one of them. Come on. Pick up. You're a big boy. You're smarter. Come on.
The rules, the traditions, the technology.
Exactly. And what does our dear Mark use?
I don't know what he does. Honestly, I know he's the sheriff. I know he's a Toreador.
You're slow, Frank. You're slow.
He's into social media. He's into journalism, politics.
And he uses that as well himself.
He's an Instagrammer.
He has a whole new plan for the Anarchs.
Well, but we do not need the branding, exactly.
Well, according to him, from my sources, and he kind of points back at the folder, if you just dig your fingers a bit deeper into that. And
where does...
you pull out, if you do so, you pull out just a tiny strap of paper, clearly cut, with a email which has no email address written on it, simply because it's been cut off. But you can see it's a format of an email, clearly coming from Mark, emailing your Baron about negotiating on a deal made 10 years ago that went south.
This deal, what did it do?
They were meant to come up with a way how to take over Rabat as part of one of the havens. Take it away from the Bruja clan.
Indeed.
Using what was now used by the Baron of Pietà, the whole ban situation.
The crystals.
No, not the crystals. The whole exposure of your kind.
Masquerade, breach, clear it, kill the Baron, take over.
Norman looks there at you and he kind of raises himself up from the chair. I'll be in touch with more information. Now do whatever you must, but a war is brewing on this island, Frank. Tatiana, you might be the glue that keeps all this shit together, or you might just as well tear it down to hell. I don't care, as long as some way our kind doesn't get thrown in the fire. Literally. He puts his hood back on, tightens it.
Wait. Do you have any, as you say, strings which are leading to Mikael? I mean, contacts. How can I reach him? Anything? Maybe someone who knows where I can find him.
Him? Be more specific, girl. I just mentioned about 3 names now.
Mikael.
This is her daddy, her sire.
Ah.
He's not my daddy.
Well, daddy or not, he tends to keep things in a way where he gets in touch with you and not with him. It's a one-way street with him, unfortunately. And I think it's for the best.
I need to find him. I need to find him and be the first who will do this, because apparently Virgils are coming up.
Sounds like a you problem. Good night, as he walks out. Slams the door shut.
You need to learn to think. If your sire had anything to do with the dentist, which he probably does, and this dentist killed Mumble's sire, that's a complication.
Wait,
it's also an option you can use.
What kind of project Norman was talking about? The Project Crystals?
Yes, Project Crystals. And then I produce the syringe, and I say this syringe and turn vampires into twilight vampires, and some of them can walk into the day. Now,
what a nonsense!
Yes, I don't know. I've never tried it. I'm not very keen on trying it. But apparently then they burst into crystals, and those crystals are collected and sold to exorbitant prices because crystals and precious metals, precious stones.
So
Now, the Baron of Pieta was using such crystals, and Mark told me that the Baron, Mark, told me that we were to replace him. Now, in comes this Norman fellow and tells me that he pauses for it, your sire is the mastermind behind all this.
I
And
can't
then
believe.
there's Sebastian, who's, I don't know what he does. So that's where I need to know what he does. Because we need allies.
That's true.
And
So you said that Baron of Pieta. What's his name?
Emmanuel.
Manuel?
He's a magister. He's a Bazon.
Manuel.
Dr.
Right?
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel. So he bought these crystals, right? He got it from someone, from somewhere.
I'm not sure if he bought them or he developed them.
But anyway, he must be in contact with my sire in somehow. Otherwise, how else he can do this?
If
he can.
What the Nosferatu told us is true, it's a possibility. But until we verify it, it becomes merely hypothesis.
Are you in a good relationships with him?
With who? With the Baron of Pieta?
Emmanuel.
I have no idea who this Emmanuel guy is. I've never met him before. Because of course, you don't go to Pieta when you're of the same.
Wait, you said you do know Emmanuel before.
I know of him.
I would just like to remind you, in out of game really quickly, that Emmanuel did flee the island.
But okay. But still, I don't know him. Like I'm not.
No, you don't know him personally.
I don't play Baccarat with him or something.
Just in case that is relevant to the conversation, I just want to remind you there. Carry on.
Yes, and I do. According, Frank is never saying the truth. It's this. Saying the truth according to this person is this. According to Mark, he fled the island. Now, as you can see, you thought your sire was dead. He's not dead. He's now big evil mastermind somewhere. So how should I be so bold as to say that Dr. Emmanuel is not in Malta? I'm not. As far as you know, he's abroad. We didn't delve much into that. So the question still remains. Who do we go to now?
Who else is involved in this project with crystals and stuff?
Well, there's Mark. You can
Mark?
Mark. Yeah, he likes the rough touch. Cool.
Mark, he's responsible for Camarilla.
Camarilla, yes.
He's this arrogant Spanish fellow?
He's American.
Oh, whatever.
No, the Spanish is no. The Spanish guy is the big prince, Del Ponte. Correct.
So
he's Italian. Spanish. Yes.
Let me get this. Mark is also creating these crystals, or buying them or selling them.
He's involved, yes.
So he's here. We met him. You met him.
We met him. I met him. Yes.
Wait, I forgot. What's the name of this baron with whom we met before? Who staked Athena and...
That's Baron Gregory.
What? Sorry.
Gregory.
Okay. I'm trying to remember her name. So let's go to Mark, because then he knows how to contact my sire.
You hear the doorbell ring.
Sebastian. Keep it cool. You are a gambler. You are a predator. You toy with your prey. You don't let them play with you.
The doorbell rings twice now. Ding, ding, impatiently.
I open. No, I don't open the door. I watch the. I check the camera.
You see Sebastian out there looking around, looking into the camera, like he rings the bell twice again. Ding, ding.
I open the door. How does he look? Paint me a picture.
He's smart, red tie, this grayish long coat on him, hair combed back. So
we're talking like James Bond from the 60s.
I wouldn't really put it there, but sure.
Classic British.
If that, yeah, very more American rather than British. But he has gloves on both hands as you see it approach the doorbell. Leather gloves.
That's the best.
So, are you gonna open whoever is?
I open the door.
Frank.
Relax.
I'm here.
I presume?
Yes.
Indeed. Please have a seat.
Thank you. He looks around, takes the same seat. After dusting it off, he takes the same seat that the Nosferatu took earlier. So, I believe we had an accord. Frank, you would find me, my dear I'm sorry. It's like I'm finding it really hard. Like
it's okay. Okay.
Athena, my dear Athena, why?
Your dear Athena.
I
have no control over that because, much to my chagrin, she doesn't want to speak with you, apparently, from what she said. Pull yourself together. You're kingmates.
Does that mean that I should just give up, Frank?
I don't know. I mean, what is she into? Buy her a pony or something? I'm joking. Athena was with the Baron Gregory. No, I do not want to escalate the situation any further, so that's why I need your advice.
Why would the Baron be holding her, Frank? I need to understand what's going on here.
Because, and you really should be aware of your child. I mean, she said a lot of things I don't feel. None of them are good. Now, she could be putting it all as an act. I wouldn't put it past her. She said that you have many names. She said that you are Salat, and here you are crying like... Well, yes, you teach us the art of beauty and passion, and I can see that, but the Baron was really keen on keeping her and your associate, the blonde one. I forgot her name.
Samantha.
Do you have any history with the Baron?
No, not at all, Frank. However, I think I'm going to have an issue with the Baron very soon. But we need to clean up something first, as he reaches straight into his jacket and he pulls out a gun that you recognize as Dragon Breath.
Shit.
You know too much, Frank. And
I know too much. Of course I know too much. Now stop there and activate.
Dragon Breath? What's Dragon Breath?
I activate Compel.
One bullet will incinerate you.
Wait, sorry. Is he trying to intimidate Frank now?
Oh,
He's
looking to kill Frank.
Way past intimidation.
But I'm staying right near. He's kind of ignoring me all this time.
That's good for you, man. You can kill him. Anyway, I'm gonna activate Compel. I'm gonna tell him to
He's really was ignoring me all this time. Seriously, okay, I'm gonna
tell him
to stop him from shooting. And I will try to grab the weapon from
one
his
at a time.
hand.
One at a time.
Okay,
Okay, sorry. Maybe we can roll initiative if it's...
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, shall we?
Okay.
Alright, so
it's...
how do we roll for cunning?
Initiative, as far as I remember, it's a straight roll of 1d10 plus your dexterity, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
So I got a 4.
Oh, wait.
I got a 12, maybe.
I've got 12 as well.
Okay.
No, sorry, not 12. 11.
All right. So, Frank, you're up first.
1 second. And but first I'm gonna arouse again. Luckily I do not get hungry.
You really made some mistake trying to kill 2 vampires at a time, like ignoring just me staying near him. Well, that's his problem.
Alright. So this is gonna be a contested roll.
Okay.
And the gonna be
So what are we using?
composure intelligence from your end.
Mm-hmm.
And I will be rolling manipulation, intimidate, dominate. I have a dice pool of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, that's a 6 successes from my end.
Okay. I'll roll and then first I'll roll actually again to add an extra die. I do not get hungry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I roll. You have a 6, right?
I have a 6, yeah.
And I'll roll one of them because it's a cock die.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll spend willpower to reroll 2 of them. And that's a 7.
All right, you beat me by 1. So what are you doing?
I'll use Forgetful Mind. So,
Okay.
just to, I bet you by a margin of 1.
Yeah.
So let's. Each point of margin allows the user to add or remove an additional memory. The victim recalls the edict's vaguely foggy ideations that can fall apart after close inspection. I'll tell him that I'm his friend and he shouldn't be behaving in such a manner.
He, from pointing the gun straight at you, he cocks it upwards. It's like, right, we are friends, aren't we?
Very good friend.
I'm sorry. Like, I get very emotional sometimes, and he kind of puts the gun away back into where the inner holster is. He gets up. We are friends, Frank, but I'm no friend of your Baron. And his fate is coming to him through my gun. And he will see either the blaze of the fire within it or the sunlight of tomorrow. I bid you good night, Frank. And you better not tell him anything. As he moves over, he cocks his head towards Tatiana and is like, you bring a lot of trouble, don't you, Missy?
Don't talk with me like that. You just right now try to attack my...
He is our friend as well.
So be a bit more polite.
Oh.
And do you know something about the vampire called Mikhail?
I know a lot of Mikhails, darling. And it's not Mikhail, by the way. It's Michael. That's how you really say it. Foreigners. And he walks out.
No, I'm grabbing him. I'm not letting him go
until... Let's tangle then. Right, so technically it is your turn, so let's go ahead and do a grapple. So obviously we're going for melee and strength.
It has to be brawl because melee
brawl, right, brawl. So
and
brawl
I
and
have
strength.
Specialization in kindred. So is it aiding the dice?
Yeah.
Alright, so I rolled an 8. Successes.
8?
Yeah.
How? Pool size modifier, just one.
He's a big bad evil motherfucker.
I mean, he is 11th gen, so...
Yeah, but that's still like a very good pool. So
yeah,
11th gen is not like...
No, but
so difficulty, should I put 8 or 10?
You have to beat an 8.
Okay. So, well, I have... How many successes in total? 6? Or 2? Wait, I'm... Sorry, dice rolled. 8 successes!
Ooh.
Wait.
Tie.
That's a draw.
So let's reroll.
Tie goes use the book says the tie goes to the attacker.
Alright, so yep, you grapple him. Fine. Sure.
So I'm gonna get to this part, so I'm just start to, maybe messing around. So there is a vampire who's responsible for some kind of very project here.
Get your...
His name is Mikhail or Mikhail, whatever. He's a gun. So do you know something about him? Tell me the truth.
Get your hands off me. Or you're not...
I will...
I
will leave.
He pats where you touched him and he brushes it off. It's like... No, I don't know of whatever gangrene Mikhail you're talking about. Not my concern. You seem in distress. Find a therapist. And once again, good night. And he continues to walk out of the door.
Whatever. I really feel I need to kill someone tonight.
Yeah, of course.
What do you think,
someone tonight? You don't do it in mad, okay?
I mean, come on, don't be so strict.
All right. I'm in the mood to chase someone too, so you go chase him. I'll obfuscate, and then I'll surprise him.
So...
And then we can tell Mom.
Aren't you a
big bad Sebastian? Think about it.
So you basically, as I told you before, you're kind of trying to make some relationships with the enemy of Athena, whom she wanted to.
My enemy. Anyway, we need to chase him.
To chase? Okay.
If you want to
Why? What for?
Chase him. I don't know. Bring him to the Baron. Tell him what a good fucking boy I am.
You hear the car drive off, by the way.
Take the number plate.
Okay, but as you said, if I'm gonna help you with this, it's gonna be a boon as well for me.
Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ. I'll take the number plate.
Sure. It's a rental car. You recognize the number plate as a rental car. So, but yeah, you take the number plate down.
So do you want me to follow him in the form of bat in a
Yes.
very stealthy way?
Good. You do that.
You want me to do that?
I command you to do that, yes.
You can command, you can ask me for.
Can't
So,
I
okay.
command you? Have you seen what I did to the guy? Come on, man.
So, okay,
You want answers, I
turn
want
into
answers. We're on the same team.
Alright. So Rouse check and get into a bat, yeah?
You start this game of boons before, so boon per boon or whatever you call it. So I'm gonna turn into bat
Go chase the guy.
and follow him in the form of bat.
You know, it needs a Rouse check.
When she's doing he's like, Frank is like, girl, you're in your eyeballs and boons with me. Like,
Succeeded.
how often have you said that, my club?
Nice. So you leap up, transform into a bat, and flutter into the night, chasing down a car that's currently going 60 miles per hour. So let's get that chase on the road.
So, should I roll for something to follow him, or
Athletics and dexterity, my friends.
athletics?
And that is a needing of a success of at least 4.
Okay. Bestial failure, my god. Well, 3 or 4.
So, the bestial failure. Right.
We can, Mala, let's find bestial failure because there's a compulsion she needs to.
Yeah, she needs a compulsion. So the car drives off. You're not fast enough to catch on to it, as it starts creating distance between you and the car. As you're trying, flattering your wings hard enough to try to catch up to him. Let's rule check this with Frank.
Yes. Either the character failed because their beast manifested inopportunely or excessively, or the character's failure angered the beast into manifesting. The character must act out a compulsion as the blood starts to subtly dictate their actions. I don't know.
So,
Because
compulsion
you
check?
failed. Compulsion. Now, compulsions you have hunger, violence, paranoia, and dominance. Or else you have decline compulsion, which at the moment it doesn't make sense for you.
Yeah.
Because you're in bad form.
So let's just go ahead and say, because as this was a rouse check as well, let's just say you're really using all your might to catch up with it. You just get 1 hunger on top of it. Okay? So there's not much to it. But unfortunately, even with that, it doesn't boost you to catch up, as the car just drives further distance away from you. You're getting tired out trying to chase it down the roads, as it enters straight into the heart of Nashar at this point, and you lose it amongst the cars.
Okay, so, but I do know approximate direction at least to...
He clearly is heading over to the Baron.
Okay, fair.
At least from his last intention, that's what he said.
I will phone the Baron and say, incoming package. You like it. Red tie and fire.
You send a message.
I will phone.
He cuts on you, and straight with a text reply with, "I'll call you back."
I'll take some very urgent red tie fire. That's how I say. VA actually, not very urgent.
Okay.
Your view. Yeah. And probably I would go to the Baron himself then.
Alright.
And in a car, I didn't elect to chase the guy, so I won't, so that's it then.
Do you wait for Tatiana to return?
No, I mean, she's in her bed form, right?
Okay.
Really?
I mean, I don't know, how do you do with bat form then? When you turn back to human, do you have your things on you as well, or?
Yes, with all
Like
things
that
on me, so
And
I
then
will turn back to humanoid form, so and I will head back to the house.
Yeah, but you won't find me there, and now you can.
So on your way back, as you're flying back, you swerve back. You do notice Frank's car driving in the direction of where Sebastian was going.
So he's not waiting for me. This is kind of offends me a bit. So I'm gonna land his car and transform to my humanoid form in the back of his car, like it's over there.
So, are the windows up or down, Frank? That's the question.
They won't. I mean, the back windows won't be up. But if she's gonna break stuff, she's gonna pay for stuff.
It's a simple question.
I don't
Are any windows up
No,
or down?
the front windows are down, but
Alright.
the back windows are not.
So for the sake of narrative, I would say, Tatiana, I don't know if you agree with me, but you would flutter through the passenger seat and find yourself in the back and transform.
Yes, okay, that would be fine as well.
Right, you can tell them off for leaving you.
So, hello again. Why didn't you wait for me for 10 minutes more?
I don't know. I've never seen you do bad stuff before. I don't. You need to instruct me on how to behave with bad behavior. Bad behavior.
That behavior. Are you some kind of vampire racist to another clans?
I'm not racist, but I am elitist. Now let's go to the Baron. He cut me off.
But next time, please wait for me. If you do want to do something
well in the beginning, you need to get used to the partner. And I'm not in your head. I don't know what you're doing. Like, I can't anticipate every move you make. Cool.
Yeah, whatever.
All right.
Okay. Perfect. Oh.